man, at a certain time in your life, listen, you know who you are. After a certain age, man, you gotta stop trying to put all this. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still developing who I am. Get over it, man. At a certain point in your life, you know who you are, right? And once you know who you know where you belong, you know where you fit in. And I think everybody needs to recognize that. And if you don't fit in a certain group, it's okay. And I think you need to be selfish with your time because you don't have much of it. It's your time. And you have to have good time management to achieve things in life. And you have to put your energy where it benefits you because you don't have much time to do it. And I think more people need to recognize that. I think people need to take what they have, take their experience, learn from it, move on. I think if you live in a positive environment, because you already experienced the negative, learn from the negative, live in your positive environment, and push forward. There's no time to waste anymore. And let me tell you, if you're still struggling at a certain age, get therapy because you ain't gonna do it by yourself, and ain't no YouTube video or anything gonna help you. You need professional help because you should know yourself after a certain point, and that's when you have to grab a bear and move on with it. That's all I have to say.
So I like to close out with accountable masculinity rule number 4. It's about legacy and equity and being selfless. You're supposed to live a life of service towards your community and others. You must be credible and capable of both mentoring and being mentored. You must be receptive and coachable. Being able to instill knowledge and wisdom into others is an act of submission and privilege. So you have to manage your connection to people. You are the gatekeeper to your own positive energy. Nobody can guard your triggers better than you can, and it's up to you to set yourself up for an opportunity to create, a better connection to a better understanding. Human beings fall into one of 3 categories. They create problems, solutions, and opportunities. So, with that, when you think about what your actions, and if actions speak louder than words, what does it say when you do what you do? If you do it in a positive way, people should benefit from it, and it should feel empowering to help others find their way forward also. So just wanted to go ahead and close out with accountable masculinity rule number 4, and that's what we have from the accountable masculinity platform.
Men's energy and vitality, the importance of positive energy. I'm going to say that tonight was a very, very good night for me because I got to say a lot of things that I've always wanted to say to a group of men that I've always wanted to say it to. Positive energy is necessary, but you have to understand what that positive energy looks like for you and then figure it out and then learn how to embrace it. It's okay. It's going to feel weird if you have never felt it before, but it's cool. Deal with the weirdness because what's on the other side of that, you'll be glad you did. That's pretty much my final thought.
Energy is merely energy, depending on how you use it. Energy is a cycle, it's a current. And anytime anybody ever did any electrical changes in the house, you'll see you have a positive, a negative, and a grounding wire. You need people around you that can ground you because sometimes you can hear so much positivity, you can be high minded, or you can hear so much negativity that you can't lift yourself up. So get yourself a group of people that can hold you accountable because that's all energy does. That grounding wire holds you accountable because energy can be destructive. Too much energy in the wrong fashion can be destructive. That's why you need a grounding wire so that it won't just go any and everywhere and through people. But when it comes to men, we must always seek to be producers. You need energy to produce. You need energy no matter what you do. And it's not always about you being the happiest person in the room, but be productive minded with everything that you're doing.
First, I always got to say, rewind. You can hear all the wisdom that came before. Uh, I learned a lot from the Kings tonight. So my final thought: energy. I noticed that I feel like for me, energy is something that I can feel more so than something that I can see. So I try to be aware of what's going on around me. A thought, another thought is 24/7. What actually can you do for 24/7? And one of the takeaways I get is that well, you can't really be positive 24/7 and be productive, and you can't be negative 24/7 and be productive. So, something that the brothers taught me is like kind of being able to either be in the middle or see things from different angles, which then brings me to boundaries. The boundaries protect you, but the boundaries, and they also protect other people, and they help you manage that energy. And it also helps you manage what you take in, which then brings me to limitations because we all have them. But being able to see things from many angles may shift how you show up and may shift how you define something as negative or positive. So I want to take a cue, from coach and start saying this now. I value energy, and then but the last thing that I think is cool, something that you can try to do 24/7. Because it's like you can't serve 24/7, just like you can't be waited on 24/7. But something I think we can all do 24/7 if we're, not competent like smart, I'm saying like aware, is working to be present. And the more that you work to be present, then I think you can see how you feel. The more you work to be present, you can pay attention to the impact or the effect people are having on you. And then I'm going to borrow from Chris now how to be accountable to others and to yourself. So I just say, hey, work on this. I think that can help you connect with other people and be vital in a way that helps you and helps other people. And I thank the brothers for this evening. And like I said, rewind.
Great conversation tonight. I want to start off by just simply saying this journey of life is a process of learning. And one of the most important things you got to learn is you have to learn yourself. You're constantly learning who you are because you don't know everything there's to know about you. That's why we have to go through, that's why we have to constantly self aware, have to become self aware. So even when it comes down to self awareness, I mentioned it earlier, that's one of the first stages that I have to go through so that I can actually understand not only who I am, but how I respond in certain situations. And I mentioned previously about personal competence and also talked about social competence. Go look at the two shows I did; they're phenomenal. The five keys to to increase personal competence, and the five keys to increase social competence. In conjunction with that, I like the fact that Dr. Easley brought up boundaries because he must have been reading my mind. Because one of the things I was going to introduce to this conversation is boundary management. You have to learn to manage your boundaries given the certain season that you're in. I think Uncle Junior mentioned earlier how he was giving a lot of energy away. Well, I have to manage my boundaries so I know when the floodgates are open and when I need to close it so I can recharge as well. I think that's important. And then we have to realize that everything, especially when we're talking about energy, everything that I want in life, good, bad, or indifferent, everything that I want in life comes through a channel. So what I have to do is elevate my character to the point of the thing that I say that I want, and then be humble enough to realize that whatever comes to me may not necessarily be for me. So the energy that comes to me is supposed to go through me. Blessings come to and through me to other people. And I think Zig Ziglar said it best. If if I help, I'm messing this up and I apologize. If I help many people get what they want, then eventually I get what I want. And I think that's the key to life.